Alrighty, welcome back. We are on episode number 47 of Divinity Original Sin Part 1, the Enhanced Edition. Last episode, we fought Evelyn and killed her. Then we talked to Zombie Jake. The conduit took off before we can get down here. We picked up a search for Brachus Rex. Find the witch. We had an update on a source hunter's journal, and I think we had another one. Do we not have another one? A mysterious murder? Okay. So we are going to take off and get back out of here. I'm going to exit through the front door. Okay. See if there's anything I might have missed.
Source Hunter, you have done it, haven't you? You've discovered the fate of Counselor Jake.
How's this guy just tripping over here? What the hell? Is there anything worth a damn? Nope.
By the gods, no one could have predicted such a dark turn of events. This is worse than my deepest fears made manifest. It just cannot be that they aim to resurrect him. Brachus Rex. It cannot be! Forgive me, this news just so very upsetting. This thing. It was the king of tyrants. The embodiment of terror. The lunatics that seek his rise must be stopped, whatever the cost. I do. I do indeed. Brachus would unseat the king of demons in sheer perfidy and malice given half a chance. For the world, for you and I to suffer his perversions once more is unthinkable. The possibility of his return is more than I can bear. And Ikara, that she has been dragged into this sorry business adds insult to insufferable injury. There have long been rumors that Brachus's corpse was interred in the vaults beneath the abandoned Church of the Seven in Sicil's eastern hinterlands. That place is crawling with undead these days, so the rumors may well be true. Where Leandra goes, the dead rise left and right. And even in death, the long-lost tyrant's corruption appears to persist. Come to think of it, did anyone in Evelyn's lair mention the name Cassandra? It's nothing, Hunter. Nothing. My mind is reeling, but I'll feel better soon. After you've cut short Leandra's dark pursuits. She is a great woman, Hunter. A champion of all that is good and pure. She may have killed Jake, but then again, the man turned out to be a vile sorcerer. I can only surmise that she is on to her sister's sinister schemes, which makes me fear for her safety more than anything else. Leandra. I know her, though I haven't seen her in years. As you know, she and Ikara are sisters. It's hard for me to believe that she's leading this cult, that she's delirious enough to go after Brachus Rex, but clearly her involvement can no longer be denied. She's as smart as 10 wizards put together, Hunter. an opponent to be feared. Now, you said Jake and Evelyn called her the Conduit, didn't you? In that case, she may just be the elusive head of the Immaculates. There's a village in the forests north of Sicil where a new religion has taken hold. Its followers call themselves Immaculates, and I've heard say they worship a leader called the Conduit. This village is called Silverglen, and if my suspicions turn out to be correct, there is sorcery at work there. Alas, I haven't the foggiest. Another sorcerer, perhaps? Or simply another victim of Leandra's ploys? The Legion didn't find a second body at the scene of the crime, so maybe he escaped with his life after all. Though, just as likely, his body too was taken away by Evelyn for experimentation. And I will see if I can find out more about Ikara's involvement. But in the meantime, please pursue Leandra to the old church in the east and stop her before she can raise Brachus. I beg of you.
Bringing up Brachus Rex's name alone is enough to turn our friendly neighborhood wizard into a scaredy cat.
I wonder why this ancient spectre spooks him so. Ahu doesn't strike me as the type to scare very easily.
Okay, search for Brachus Rex. It is said that Brachus Rex was interned beneath the grounds of a now abandoned church in the eastern hinterlands of Sicil. If so, this is where we'll find source cult leader Leandra and gods forbid, the resurrected king himself. Let's look at these in a minute.
And so the mystery is solved. Councillor Jake was murdered by this so-called White Witch, Ikara. But as it stands, I guess our next concern is Brachus Rex.
Then we know what we must do next. Pursue Leandra and stop her before she brings Brachus Rex back to life.
Then again, our mission was to solve Councillor Jake's murder. A job well done, I say, even though I'm afraid we have no other choice but to push on.
Cautious and bold, huh? She picked up cautious, he picked up bold. Cautious. She picked up cautious. So he needs cautious. She needs bold.
We did what we set out to do, though. Nowhere in our orders is the hunt for an undead king mentioned.
Orders or no, if Brachus is half as dangerous as Jake and Evelyn claimed, we must prevent his ever seeing the light of day again.
Okay, so he got cautious. And she got bold. Source Hunter's Journey. According to Arhu, Leandra's followers are known as the Cult of Immaculates. Leandra herself is known by the title the Conduit, and their home base is a village Silver Glen in the forest north of Sicile. Before investigating, we should focus our attention on the dreaded Brachus Rex. Cassandra, who art thou? Arhu was startled by Leandra's plan to resurrect Brachus Rex. He asked if between Evelyn, Jake, and Leandra, anyone mentioned the name Cassandra. No one did, and he dismissed our further inquiry. Okay, let's head back to... Where were we now? I want to get level 8 before I do something like that. Let's head back to town. Let's go ahead and talk to Arhu again.
There it is.
I also want to talk to Theleron. I don't think I need to talk to anybody else.
So good to see you again, Source Hunter. I shall be very glad to share what information I can give you.
About face! To the barracks! March! Recruit!
Ah, the Source Hunter. Oh, joyous hour. Oh, if you must.
Let's save this here.
What more is there to say? She clearly was in league with the sect that's been unsettling Sicile, so now that she's dead, all the better. Hopefully, though, it has dawned on you that a sect implies multiple adherents. The search continues. Yes, and he also spends most of his time in the guise of a cat, licking God's knows which body parts. Sects, sorcerers. He'll be seeing flying carpets next. What do you take me for? An ignoramus? That accursed name rings a goddamn Carillion. He was the last sorcerer king, a frightful warrior that fell dozens before finally being slain by the army that had risen against him. We may well stand on unholy ground right now, for they say his remains were buried in what is now Sicile, a mad king for a mad city. So, let me get this straight. There are insidious sorcerers running about town that turned a council ambassador into a zombie for sport, after said councillor was murdered by some mystery witch who subsequently trotted off to her cabin in Luculla Woods. Sure you haven't omitted relevant details like flying brooms, black cats, and bloody pentagrams? By Belagar's Nevers. Sounds like a fantasy tale mothers tell their children before bed. And I bet none of it's more than fantasy either, though no doubt Arhu puts stock in your every word. Anyway, be these truths, half-truths, or outright lies, it seems to me your business in Sicile is concluded. Don't let the undead hit you on the way out.
Okay, before we talk about Esmeralda, let's head up here. Talk to Arhu.
I hope your quest fares well, dear hunter. And what might those be? By all means.
Okay, so nothing more from him, huh?
Have you talked to that witch of an Evelyn yet? She's the instigator of all this mayhem. I just know it. I never liked her from the moment I met her. Men cannot see past her beauty, but I have gazed her in the eye, and it was death that leered back at me.
She hails from Silverglen, a village in the forest north of Sicil. How she made it past the undead without a Legion escort, I'll never know. Though I can hazard an eerie guess.
If anyone killed my Jake, it must be her. She had her claws in him for many long months, and finally she must have cut too deeply.
Okay, so no difference in any of these.
Ah, the Source Hunter. Oh, joyous hour. So, let me get this straight. There are insidious sorcerers running about town that turned a council ambassador into a zombie for sport, after said councillor was murdered by some mystery witch who subsequently trotted off to her cabin in Luculla Woods. Sure you haven't omitted relevant details like flying brooms, black cats, and bloody pentagrams? By Belagar's Nevers, sounds like a fantasy tale mothers tell their children before bed. And I bet none of it's more than fantasy either, though no doubt Ahu puts stock in your every word. Anyway, be these truths, half-truths, or outright lies, it seems to me your business in Sicil is concluded. Don't let the undead hit you on the way out. Free her? You're the one that landed her in jail, you mongrel! You mean to tell me she's innocent after all? Dilettante! Clueless dimwit! You're lucky I'm not putting you in her place! Now off with you! Have a young woman to discharge!
So that was an achievement.
Lady Esmeralda.
What do you want of me, Legionnaire? I've had my sorcerer's swill already, and I don't desire a second serving.
Actually, ma'am, I'm here to set you free. As it would turn out, you are not only innocent, but as a result of your assumed guilt, you have been wrongly incarcerated as well. Obviously, I apologize unreservedly for the terrible injustice that has befallen you, even though Source Hunters are responsible for this entire mess.
You and they may apologize until you're all blue in the face, but that doesn't undo the wretched time I have been forced to spend in this loathsome cell.
Indeed it doesn't, ma'am. I can only hope a return to the light of day and a breath of fresh air may undo the ill memories accumulated here. So please, go. Be free.
Okay, so can't speak to either of them. Alright. Okay. So we did get the reputation. It's kind of crazy. Alright, got the reputation. The counselor's wife. After informing and infuriated Captain Orius of our lapse in judgment, Esmeralda was freed from prison and all charges against her were dropped.
So, it turns out you mistakenly saw fit to punish an innocent. Well, I suppose that's happened to the best of us in this line of work. Hunting Source isn't for a heart easily crippled by guilt, is it? Still, don't you find that some wrongdoings in the line of work stick in your craw more than others? What if you hadn't managed to catch the real perpetrator, and Esmeralda had spent her life in prison, or worse, being convicted of murder and hanged? There are some mistakes that simply can't be unmade.
Okay.
couldn't have said it better myself, comrade. I may hit hard in the name of squashing Source, but I'd never do so at the expense of an innocent. Believe you me, I know better than most the grief a Source hunter with a cavalier attitude can inflict.
Okay. So, nothing there. Alright, that's interesting.
Dancing dugongs, you nearly startled me out of my boots. Well, you've got my attention, comrade. Ask away, my friend, ask away. Always helps to know a thing or two about who's covering your back against the gnashing hordes, eh? Ah, Lady Justice, my muse and my mistress. Ever may she sharpen my sword and steady my shield. You may have discovered already that the line between guilt and innocence, good and evil, justice and tyranny is anything but distinct. And it's a line we must assess anew each day. Such is our burden and our gift, comrades. Justice guides our lives, but the moment we harm a true innocent in the name of balancing her scales is the moment we are no longer fit to carry our swords.
Daemon Daemonium, I'll find you yet. And undoubtedly I have answers.
Yeah, he had a whole spiel about necromancy.
Oh, it doesn't just happen around here. It happens everywhere. And that is because those who perform feats of necromancy don't know their history. They are like the followers of ancient holy men that distort their examples' teachings with newfangled and perverted practices. What was art has become artifice. What had meaning lost it. I do not know what the likes of Evelyn want to accomplish, what their true end goal is. But you may be certain it is not the great pursuit. Life has no meaning to them. It is life they have lost. By all means, if you're in the mood for such a dark tale. Good. No use in standing about.
Yeah, right.
Oh, what now? So, let me
Oh,
get
damn it.
this straight. There are insidious sorcerers running about town that turned a council ambassador into a zombie for sport, after said councillor was murdered by some mystery witch who subsequently trotted off to her cabin in Luculla Woods. Sure you haven't omitted relevant details like flying brooms, black cats, and bloody pentagrams? By Belagar's nethers. Sounds like a fantasy tale mothers tell their children before bed. And I bet none of it's more than fantasy either, though no doubt Ahu puts stock in your every word. Anyway, be these truths, half-truths, or outright lies, it seems to me your business in Sicil is concluded. Don't let the undead hit you on the way out.
Okay, so let's head over to Felaron. You know, maybe I should talk to Roberts too. Damn it. Yeah, I think I'll go back and talk to Roberts. I doubt he has anything new to say, but maybe
halibut, sheep's cheese,
maybe we can.
tomatoes.
Join the Spud Club.
I guess I should be talking to a lot of these guys, actually. Let's see.
Sauce hunters, eh? All right, proper, we're finally getting a hand. Things is chaos. If you've got a favourite sheep, best to fry her up now before she gets thieved in the night like me dear plump Ogget, the finest in me herd.
Talk to the Duke of Farrell, see if he has anything to say.
To what do I owe the repeated pleasure, Source Hunter? I wish I were more surprised the girl turned out to be a serpent. Pathetic to derive one's knowledge and power from some freakish cult. Yet even after her death, the undead continue to plague Cecile, do they not? Clearly she held even less power than I or anyone else had suspected. Certainly, what would you like to know?
Okay, well, at least he had something to say.
Excuse has more holes than a slice of this fine Gorman bear.
Heavenly herring! Delicious dogfish! Yours for a scrap of gold!
Farrell's over here.
Ah, hello. I suppose you're here to viciously interrogate me for information I don't have, like our noble Captain Aureus before you. Come to apologize for your baseless accusations? Well, now that the matter's settled, I have no reason not to say it. I hated Jake, the corrupt old goat. And if that cult hadn't gotten to him, I might have done the honors myself. Yes, she and I have a history. That's hardly a secret anymore. I quite doubt it was even a secret from Jake while he lived. As easy as it would be to pin suspicions on Esmeralda or I assure you that the affair was never so steamy and sordid as the busybodies around town make it out to be. Jake and Esmeralda had no great affection for each other. He had his interests, she had hers, and there was little passion left between them. Certainly not enough to fuel a murder.
So, obviously they came back and added that last bit after you completed it, but then they didn't go ahead and remove all the lines that are pertinent to the quest, that are no longer applicable. And this guy, why is he still here?
Greetings, Source Hunter. I don't mean to hinder your investigation, but I can't open this door for anyone who hasn't received Captain Aureus' explicit approval.
This guy should be gone already. This guy, he's an immaculate, so what does he have to say?
Glorious to see you once more, fair friend. I hope you've given some thought to my revelation. I think only of your eternal soul, after all. Go on the path to the righteous, my friend. Forget not that the conduit has great plans for you.
So nothing to say about that.
Perfect for a fry-up.
Okay.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
I don't want to go in there. Wait, actually, why not go here? Go ahead and talk to Cecil, see if he has anything new.
What? Oh, it's you! What news?
I don't remember asking him about this.
Well, I suppose as much as any other Thaddeus, Rich, or Harold, a shameful spot upon the history of Rivellon, that brute. As loath as I am to admit it, Cecile was once quite a hub of the despot's supporters. Some even say his corpse was cast beneath the foundations of the abandoned church in the northeastern cliff. An old wives' tale, I say, but I suppose one never knows for sure. Oh, she's a dear girl indeed. She's got a little cabin in Lacula Forest, not so far to the north of here, in fact. And though she doesn't make it into Cecile often, it's a comfort to know she's keeping the watch near our border. I hope she hasn't got mixed up in all this ugly business with the counselor.
Okay. Well, don't really know if those were new or not. I can't remember. That might have been new. Alright, interested to see how she's gonna react.
Leave me be, I have a job to do.
Septimus is gone. What happened to Septimus?
The repentant incarcerator. Do shop or do leave?
And that's pretty much it, huh? Wow, her attitude's still up here. I figured the attitude would just be tanked. Wow, that's kind of funny. Okay. I expected more follow through on that, honestly. Let's go back to the cell, talk to Roberts. And I think that's the last pertinent NPC associated with any of this line. Huh. Yeah, you figured that her attitude would go to negative, you know? That you would have to rebuild your attitude with her. I mean, that's the way it should have been, honestly.
You! Again! Do feel free to depart from Cyseal at your earliest convenience.
I don't know why I clicked on him. Habit, I guess. Alright. Let's see if Roberts has... I wonder if he has anything to say.
Oh, it's you again. What can I do for the hero who saved me from an early death?
Alright, Roberts.
Sir, here to gloat for getting me thrown into this stinking pit. Well, enjoy. I'm sure Cyseal is much safer now that Roberts, its greatest threat, is locked away.
Okay. So, I think it's time now to head out and find... what do I want to find? Thought I had another quest here. This one, Into the Dark. So head down to that beach there. What level are we? We are level 7. Closing in on the next level. Okay, so we will head to the harbor. Take our happy ass out of here. Head over in this direction.
Yes, Mr. Ashen. Just.
Brognar. Okay. Let's see what Brognar has to say. You know what? Let's go ahead and toss a hard save here. Okay, is he gonna say some more lines? Really? I thought for sure he had more lines. Let's see. I have to walk up to him. Alright, how about we'll take a look around here for a minute.
What's this? I found something. Well, what's this I've spotted?
Alright, I guess he's not going to say anything else. It's weird. I thought he had more lines. I mean, that line he said was off the screen. We weren't even close. Oh shit, I don't even see the line in the dialogue. You know what, I want to try something. Go back to the harbor. Let's do this again. Because I remember hearing him when we were, talking to Charla.
Yes, it's just.
I guess that's it. It's triggered by proximity. Okay. So once again, we are here.
I'd pour out a whole pipe for you if I could, brother.
Here's one. Okay. Why am I not seeing this dialogue? Oh. Is it banter? Somehow I unclicked banter. Alright, who knows how long it was going to be for him to repeat one of these lines. Right. Alright, that's it.
Away with your weapons! Away! Leave humble Hawk to mourn in peace.
He has a unique saber. Okay. I wonder. Let's take or leave. Okay.
What's this? I found something.
What's this? What is she going?
Ha! That pathetic heap of source-addled frog skin thought it could fool us, did it? Old Medora knows for certain that orc would have loved nothing better than to axe you in the back while it cried on your shoulder. Well, I didn't mean to imply that compassion is an unequivocally bad thing, you know. But hasn't a source hunter got to be judicious about when to grant it? I've yet to meet an orc who'd earned a soft hand, though I suppose old Medore'd be perhaps overly dismissive to imagine that one could never exist.
Okay, I think that's a bug, because she's saying something before we even talk to him about whatever it is, so... You know, I just wanted to pop out here and check this out. Okay, so if I were to get all our pickpocketing here... Could do it. Okay. I don't want to have that conversation with Medora then. So let's go back to here. So aborting the conversations early kind of screws the game's mechanics, because the programmers didn't believe that anybody would do that, apparently. They didn't expect somebody to just exit the conversation before actually talking to it. That's the second or third time I've noticed that now. One-handed. Unique looking saber covered in rust, but undamaged beneath its tarnished surface. Okay. So this is the second time that we've gone into the pickpocketing event and found a unique weapon on somebody. And the other one I found was like 1200, so I couldn't even pickpocket it. It was too valuable. It wouldn't let me do it. All right. So let's go ahead and save that. I guess we can save that here. Okay. You.
Away with your weapons! Away! Leave humble Orc to mourn in peace.
Got 40 attitude towards him.
I don't want to fight. I ain't after no fancy stone. I just want to bury these bodies the traditional way. It's the least I could do for my dear brother Oggy. Oh, he was such a dear lad, he was. We wanted to see the world, but we saw next to nothing before he was called to serve the old mother in the afterlife. In our village, oh, poor Oggy will never see her again. Tradition goes that a warrior should be buried with his best armour so he can defend himself in the afterlife. There weren't so many spoiled after the battle, but I managed to give old Oggy the best set. A proud send-off for a proud soldier.
Okay.
This orc is obviously bereft. We may risk missing out on that armor set, but we've got to leave him be.
Don't be such a softy. If we don't take that armor, it'll quickly turn to rust. If his brother has to witness us rescuing it, then so be it.
If we enrage this orc, he could very well attack. And who knows whether he has reinforcements looking around.
Come now. I bet you'd look awfully fetching in a new set of armor.
Okay.
All right, we'll do it your way.
You want the location of Oggy's grave? Now what use could you have for that, small bones? Keep bothering about it, and I may have to call over my friends from up the beach to deal with you.
Loot! Hand me my shovel!
First one to strike gold buys dinner.
So, what did we pick up? Materialistic. Why is it not? Come on. Scarlet got materialistic, and Roderick got spiritualistic. Or spiritual. We want this reversed. Okay. Okay, let's reverse this. Oh, I need to go back to a different save. Not that save. Let's try this one. Alright. So he's materialistic.
A grave with a full set of hand-picked armor, eh? We've got to know its location.
Gone to the great brook sty in the sky.
Absolutely not. It isn't worth causing that orc so much grief for little more than some sheets of metal.
This orc isn't going to break down over us asking for the location of the grave. Let's at least see what he says.
Pity so becomes you, my dear partner. You become ever more lovely when you take mercy on vulnerable souls.
No, we'll do as I say.
You want the location of Oggy's grave? Now what use could you have for that, small bones? Keep bothering about it, and I may have to call over my friends from up the beach to deal with you.
Corpses with loot! Hand me my shovel!
First one to strike gold buys dinner.
I'd pour out a whole pipe for you if I could, brother. Away with your weapons! Away! Leave humble orc to mourn in peace.
So you can talk to him about the grave. What did winning that conversation do?
I'd pour out a whole pipe for you if I could, brother.
We were going to get the trait regardless, so what was the win there?
All right, we'll do it your way.
Don't think I didn't see that twinkle in your eye when I spoke of the armor, small bones. But I thank you for leaving my brother to rest in peace.
Okay, I see. So Roderick has to win in order for you to be able to ask for the Did I save that? Shit. In order to ask about the grave, you have to have the materialistic win. Shit. I didn't save that after we won that. Okay. I got it now. Oh, wait. You know what? Take a look at this. Yeah.
All right, we'll do it your way.
Don't think I didn't see that twinkle in your eye when I spoke of the armor, small bones. But I thank you for leaving my brother to rest in peace.
Careful not to accidentally disturb any graves.
We made a promise to an orc, after all.
Yes, it's true. Just.
Grieving orc. On the western beach, a grieving orc told us he buried his brother with a full set of armor. We decided to leave the orc and let him mourn his fallen brother.
Why?
Okay.
Ha! That pathetic heap of source-addled frogskin thought it could fool us, did it? Old Medora knows for certain that orc would have loved nothing better than to axe you in the back while it cried on your shoulder. Well, excuse me for failing to notice the lush inner lives of the many orcs who've nearly chopped my head clean off. Is it my fault I've never met an orc who wasn't interested in stirring my guts with a spear? Do as you will, then, as long as you're sure. I suppose an orc's too stupid to fathom such trickery anyhow. Imagine that, an orc experiencing grief. I can't picture it myself.
Okay, well, they definitely don't want to do that, so let's go back. So he needs to win this conversation.
No, we'll do as I say.
You want the location of Oggy's grave? Now, what use could you have for that, small bones? Keep bothering about it, and I may have to call over my friends from up the beach to deal with you.
It's with loot. Hand me my shovel.
First one to strike gold buys dinner.
Okay, so materialistic and spiritual. She's spiritual. He's material. Alright. Alright. The grieving orc. On the western beach, a grieving orc told us he buried his brother with a full set of armor.
Ha! That pathetic heap of source-addled frogskin thought it could fool us, did it? Old Medora knows for certain that orc would have loved nothing better than to axe you in the back while it cried on your shoulder. You rookies are learning fast. They say every time an orc bleeds, the Havoc demon who crafted it loses one of his many cursed appendages. Putting down those savages is the work of the gods, I say.
Okay, quite different. Okay.
Away with your weapons! Away! Leave humble orc to mourn in peace. I don't want to fight. I ain't after no fancy stone. I just want to bury these bodies the traditional way. It's the least I could do for my dear brother Oggy. Oh, he was such a dear lad he was. We wanted to see the world, but we saw next to nothing before he was called to serve the old mother in the afterlife. in our village. Oh, poor Oggy will never see her again. Tradition goes that a warrior should be buried with his best armor so he can defend himself in the afterlife. In our hometown, we honour the dead by decorating their graves with whatever materials we have. In this case, it's wood. They look rather fetching, don't they? Oggy be proud. Don't play dumb with me, small bones. You know as well as I that your little city here won't be rid of us orcs till my kind gets that fancy schmancy bloodstone you got in yonder cove.
You know, after there we go.
Why, Oggy, why?
His ambient lines seem to be broken when they're supposed to be. See, now he's not saying it again.
I've spotted something interesting.
After we completed the quest, he was just scabbing all the lines, and now the quest's still active. He's just like... Come on. It's weird.
Away with your weapons! Away! Leave humble orc to mourn in peace. And why'd you be needing that information, small bones?
Okay. Save that.
And I suppose you'd help me move the corpse without nicking a thing for yourself, eh? Fat charge.
So we lose 30 attitude, and then it's the orc refused to show us the location of his brother's grave. Okay. Okay.
Is that so? Oh, what a fool I am. No, it wouldn't do for an orcish soldier to wash out to sea.
Okay.
Follow me to the gravesite. We'll have some manners. What's here at my feet? What's your step, will ya?
The orc showed us the location of his brother's grave.
Well, what's this I've spotted?
Oh, watch out, we got landmines all over here. Okay, what are we at here? Alright, I'm gonna end this episode here, pick up the next episode with dealing with the orc. Alright, later guys.